Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Fate. The power of fate is today's story. Who can control...
And the murders of Kevin and Don.
The people whose testimony might have solved this case years ago have systematically been eliminated. There apparently was a great deal of fear that these people could implicate very powerful players.
The 8-month-long grand jury investigation into Kevin and Don's murder came to an abrupt halt December 31st, 1988. Last-minute legal maneuvering by Harriman, Garrett, and presiding judge John Cole prevented the jurors from revealing their findings in the final report. The men and women of the grand jury were sent home frustrated that they had not been allowed to do their job.
The Saline County Special Grand Jury has now disbanded. 3 hours ago, it delivered its final report on the deaths of 2 teenage boys. But the grand jury was not allowed to do what it wanted.
Note to explain Foster's actions. That is, until after his funeral, when torn fragments of a note were found in his briefcase. This note was held by the White House for 30 hours before it was released to the police. Its most revealing and confounding phrase is a remark in Foster's handwriting which says, "The public will never believe the innocence of the Clintons and their loyal staff." To conspiracy theorists, this is a clear signal from Foster that he was ready to turn against the Clintons and expose their wrongdoings to the American public. To the Clinton supporters, it is clear evidence that Foster was too depressed by political pressures and the scandals that rocked his close friends to cope with life any longer. Foster's death drew a lot of attention to the body count list, and its profile was boosted by the media, who reported on the many mysterious deaths surrounding the Clintons in publications like the Washington Post and Newsweek. On April 15, 1998, the New York Times revealed that coverage of these conspiracy theories had been promoted by Richard Mellon Scaife, a billionaire who funded a secret smear campaign against Clinton called the Arkansas Project. Scaife spent upwards of $2 million on the project, which was responsible for most of the revelations of Clinton's financial and sexual indiscretions, not all of which were proven.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
The project also deliberately encouraged, but carefully never endorsed, the theory that Clinton had arranged for Vince Foster to be murdered as part of a grand cover-up of his misdeeds. When Clinton ended his second term as president in 2001, he left the Oval Office under a cloud of controversy, yet with the highest approval rating of any American president since the Second World War. The body count list drifted into obscurity and ceased to add new names. Recently, with Hillary Clinton expected to run for the presidency in 2016, the body count list has seen a surge in promotion. Some conspiracy websites, like whatreallyhappened.com, have even started adding new names to the list. After first compiling the Clinton body count list in 1993, Linda Thompson founded the American Justice Federation, a pro-gun and pro-constitution activist group. She died in 2009 from an overdose of medication. She left the Clinton body count list to be shaped and distributed freely by anyone who believed in it, chiefly on the internet. In that way, the list may be the USA's first crowd-researched criminal investigation in history. Alternatively, it may be a falsified document used as political propaganda by right-wing enemies of a popular president. Whatever it is, you can rest assured that as 2016 approaches, we'll see a lot more of the Clinton body count.
Russia historically has been the traditional ally of the United States. You know, in our Civil War, when President Lincoln was in very dire straits, the Tsar sent the Russian Navy over here to help the United States preserve itself as a union. And so because of this, there has been a close relationship all along. In fact, Averell Harriman, who was a member of the Pilgrims Society, actually was the dictator of Russia from 1942 to 1944 because Stalin had a nervous breakdown, and Averell Harriman moved in and functioned as the dictator of Russia for 2 years during World War II, which is not very widely known, but it's he ostensibly was U.S. ambassador to Russia, but he actually was the dictator of Russia during that period.
Alleged serious crimes than mishandling